Hello, everybody. We are here on this next interview on Chilling3000 Hangouts with our next guest here, Jason Decanio. How are you doing tonight, Jason?
How you doing, 3000? How you doing? Everybody out there in Cyberland, what is up? It is I, Jason Kelly. It's Kelly, that's right. Sure. Announcer for Card Sharks, Blockbusters, and whoever else wants to,
Yep,
just rock out with me.
yep. You're also the announcer on Jason Decanio shows as well, and that's pretty much what you do for announcing currently. And speaking of which, would you like to tell us everybody about yourself? That'll be my first question to you.
Tell me about myself, huh?
Yep.
Well, I currently live in the DFW area of Texas, in a city called Louisville. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, if you can believe that, home of the Bucks, Brewers, and the Green Bay Packers and whatnot. I
Okay.
was born on February 28th, 1975. And what else you want to know about me? I like to draw a
Um.
lot. I like to hang out with some friends like I'm doing right now. I'm just hanging with my gang, just chilling. But anyway, and
That's
and
pretty cool.
you are a part of my gang as well, Mr. 3000. So we'll take some applause on that.
Yep, indeed. And how did you get into game shows?
Well, I've always been a fan of game shows ever since I was really young. Hanging out with especially something from something from the '70s like Pyramid, Price, Wheel of Fortune, Password, all of that.
What was that first
Hard
game
Shark
show?
and Family
Yep,
Feud, especially that strike buzzer.
yep. What was that first game show that got into that? Excuse me, got you into watching game shows? What was
Definitely
that
the
first?
price is right. Definitely. Bob
Alright.
Barker, all that. Bob
Yep.
Barker, Janice, Pennington, Diane, Holly, everybody. Kathleen, and now Drew Carey's doing it. And I still got
Mm-hmm.
love for the show, even to this day. Even with Rachel and James and Devin and Manuela and all those guys. Now
Mm-hmm.
George Gray.
Yep. Pretty cool stuff right there. And so I think you already answered this one just now, but I assume your favorite game show of all time is The Price is Right.
Yep, Price is Right, Pyramid, and Wheel of Fortune. Those three.
Those three, okay, pretty cool. What's your thoughts about Pat Sajak leaving after the season for Real Fortune?
Wow. That is a big decision. That is a big decision that everybody's been thinking about.
Right,
And
yep,
Ryan, let me tell you, these are big, big, big shoes to fill when it comes to Wheel of Fortune. And you got Vanna with you?
hmm
What are the odds
yep.
of that happening when you step into a position like that? Tell me.
I'm just curious on how they basically, you know, didn't go through a trial of, you know, tryout hosts because that's what they did with Jeopardy, and just whoops, for some reason, like you know, it didn't work out with that, but ended up back to Ken Jennings, and Wheel of Fortune never had that. They never had a trial of tryout hosts, and they got Ryan Seacrest. So I'm not quite sure how that happened. I don't know if I should pick that, but that's just my view because I thought they would do a trial like Jeopardy did, but I guess they didn't want to screw that up again. But that's just me.
Right.
Um,
You know what? They Wheel of Fortune. We all. they did the one and done thing. When they have like a new host, and if they like you, they'll stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
look at Pat Sajak, 41 years,
Yep.
41
Mm-hmm.
years. How can you top that? Tell me,
Bob
how can
Barker.
you top that? Yeah,
Bob Barker.
besides him.
Yep. Um. So tell us about your 30JK podcast that you used to do back in 2013, and
30 JK was something I created because I wanted to let them know who my favorite people were in television and music and in movies and entertainment, and
okay.
you get to hear everything. Oh, and other interesting people. As a matter of fact, let me add, because I thought, you can enter my life as I'm interviewing the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you used to do it on a different website. Um, that is not around anymore. I believe it was Real Talk Radio. Am I correct in that one? Is that the name of the website?
Blog Talk Radio is still
Blog Talk
there.
Radio.
Blog Talk Radio is still there. It's just
It's
that
just you have to pay. You have to pay for it. That's now I remember. You have to
so-
pay
sometimes
for it.
it is free,
Yeah.
and sometimes you do have to pay for it. In order to get
Oh, okay.
more time.
Yeah, but it's not the same that it was 10 years ago. So
Right, right.
I can understand. Um, what so was that like the only equipment that you used for your podcast? Like, did you have a mixer? Did you have a microphone or any of that for your episodes?
I'm like I said, I'm working on trying to save up on some of that stuff, and if I
I
do
meant for
get it,
back. I meant for back then. Like back then, what did you use back then for
oh,
30JK?
what did I use? I
Yeah.
used I used a computer and a cell phone. That's what I used.
Okay, so that's what you basically used for that show back then. Okay.
Right.
All right. And how did it when you interviewed the people? Um, you basically had a phone number for them to call in, and that's how you used the phone. As part of that setup for them to call in and for you to talk on the show. So
Yeah,
that's
there was a number you could call when you can go interview and call the guest and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that I used that number to uh use for the guest and the call ins. Yes.
yep. Um. So my next question, along with that, you've done a lot of interviews on your program. Um, what were you most proud of as for getting those interviews on a weekly basis?
What I was what I'm proud oh what are my proud accomplishments when I did the show?
Yes, and also able to get those interviews on a weekly basis.
Well, my greatest accomplishment was getting Kathleen Bradley, one of the former Barker Beauties from Price, to actually be on my show, and also um, Burton Richardson. That was one of my favorite people to get on the show because he's very, very cordial, very nice, and just
Yep.
a pleasure to talk to him.
Yes, and They made it look so easy by getting those interviews on a weekly basis. Like every single week, you will have an interview on those Fridays, which was the day of the week you did those on. How were you able to get those interviews on a weekly basis? Like, what were the, like? Was there a certain type of
What's the
people that
procedure you mean?
what I meant? What I meant was, how did you search up, you know, those people that you wanted to have on a weekly basis? You know, because interviews are kind of tricky to get on every single week, but you did that for a little while, or quite a while back in you know, in the past decade. I'm just wondering, what were the people, um, what was the people that you were looking for that you were able to get those people on a weekly basis?
You got to be interesting. You have to have an interesting background about yourself that will make me want to go and interview you.
And what was the research for you to be able to do that on a weekly basis?
Mm, you just sometimes you just gotta ask. You
Yep,
don't know, you don't ask, you don't get. It's very simple.
that's it. That's true. Yep. Um, my next question is, do you have any advice for those who want to do an interview show, either it's on a weekly basis or just do a podcast of interviews in general?
Get creative and just do it.
Yep,
Because a dream doesn't chase you. You gotta chase it.
that's true.
And an idea doesn't chase you. You have to chase it. You gotta get after it.
Yep.
And once you let go, once you let go of that idea, once you let go of that dream, it's gone forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you have to, if if you want it bad enough, you can do it. I
Yep.
mean, 30 JK had been on for like 10 years, like you said, and and it's still going thanks to you and your network. So I gotta give you props for that.
Mm-hmm. But you haven't done any new episodes of it since 2016, I believe. Am I correct? 2016 or 2015? Was that the last time you did record a new episode of
Yeah, that was
anything?
the last time we plugged in some new ones. Yeah.
What made you decide to discontinue making new episodes back in 2016 or 2015? What made you
Well,
decide to discontinue?
I decided to focus on work a little more.
Understood.
And, and just do what I have to do to you know get creative. You know what I mean?
Understood. Um, so next we're gonna go to another person that you both know. Jason Decanio, about 13 years ago. We first met
Yeah. Hmm.
back in 2011. How did you meet Jason, and what has he been the best as for helping you with the content or whatever it may be? How did it feel for
Now,
you?
now I've known him ever since I've done some of his shows on what was that, Mixcloud or something like
Uh,
that.
yes, and also Anchor, which is now Spotify.
And
Mixcloud
then
is they're both separate, but I just meant like you did it for both.
hmm yeah, I've been knowing him for many. I've been knowing him for quite a long time, and he still wants me to go to Florida with him.
Yep.
uh, let me see. Let me see. He's a really nice guy. He's really cool,
Yep.
and he knows his stuff. He knows. his game shows. He knows his news. He knows his music, and I'm a very musical man myself. When it
Yeah,
comes to the stuff I like, I like old school music, funk and hip hop and rap and disco and all that kind of stuff. You know,
polka.
I'm a '70s baby. I'm a '70s kind of man.
What about polka?
Polka, I don't think I don't think I ever could get into polka that much. A little bit of country, m- maybe some Dolly Parton or maybe Charlie Daniels or something like that. Hmm,
Okay,
You know,
cool. Um,
maybe
so
Shania or maybe Maren Morris or something like that.
who knows? Um, but how did you exactly first met Jason back in 2011?
Um, we had lots of people getting into podcasts, and we kind of stuck together from that.
Okay.
There was this guy named Chris Kennedy, and he had his own podcast, and he kind of inspired me to do my own podcast, and everybody kind of followed suit from there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of followed suit from there.
All right.
Probably the Canio might have a little insight on that more than I would. But anyway, you wanted to hear it from me, so
Mm-hmm. But is there anything else? I mean, inside my head, but was it just because you both like game shows, or like do you remember the first conversations you had with him, or whatever the case may be, like as well?
hmm. It's probably because of the fact we do like game shows a lot.
Okay, so you met each other like through Facebook groups and those type of things, I believe.
Hmm.
So
You could say
that's
that, yeah.
all right. Um, my next question is, is there any um, is there anything you want to do? Um, let me repeat that. Um, oh yeah. And the other thing that I wanted to say was, what has he been the best for as for helping your content? Like, what are you most thankful for as for him helping you for your
What am
content?
I thankful for?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you, because because you really helped me in a way too. So I can't forget about you.
Mm-hmm.
And as for the Canio, he helped me in ways that I have never ever even thought of. So you can take that to the bank and cash it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's self-explanatory right there.
Yeah.
We do for each other.
Absolutely.
You
100%.
have friends, and they like what you do, and
Mm-hmm.
you like what they do. You should help each other out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely. Um, I also done announcing for both me and Jason shows. Like you said, Card Sharks, Blockbusters, and also for his Jason's the Queen's New Yorker, um, and also Mixcloud.
Yep.
Believe
From
guys,
Astoria to the Rockaways. Yep. The Queens New Yorker. I did that too with him.
you're also going to be doing the Money Fall for next season, and I believe that's how the shows you're doing announcing right now. My question to you is, who was your inspiration to do announcing like you're doing today, and how much how much practice did you get to be great at it?
Well, first of all, when it comes to the game show announcing, you have to give it up for Johnny Olson, Gene Wood, Rod Roddy, Charlie O'Donnell, my good friend Mr. Burton Richardson, Randy West, Dean Goss, another great friend of mine. I love Dean Goss. He's really cool.
Hmm.
And Jim Thornton, another cool announcer from Wheel of
Yep.
Fortune. And and the practice answer, well, hey, all you gotta do is just look at a few shows and get all their lines down.
Yep.
How
Indeed.
bad could it be? How hard could it be? You know,
Absolutely.
practice your lines, and just have fun with it.
Yep.
That's how I look at it.
Indeed. And have you done announcing for like internships or any other past jobs that you
Well,
have?
I've been in I've been in I've been in let's see. Oh, WMSE in Milwaukee. I started there in 2000 what? 4, I believe. 2004?
Okay.
2007, I think. 2000, it's one of those years. And I was sitting in for somebody. It was called the Saturday Afternoon Boogie Bang, and it was hip hop and old school funk. That's what it is, you know. You know.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
And then
Um.
somewhere along the line, I've been to other radio stations like V100 in Milwaukee, and Hot 102 when it was, well, years before it was a rock station, an alternative rock station. And then, wow, you must go way back with the questions, huh, David?
Yep. Indeed. Haven't thought of anything else, or is that all you have for what you've done?
Hmm. And then, of course, with the restaurant thing, with Raising Cane's, my current job, just trying to just just trying to make ends meet, just do what I can and have fun with that.
Yep. And with the job you're doing right now, will you ever think about getting a new job in the near future? Because here's schedule with the third shift or whatever it is, with the random schedule. I mean, I know you've been working hard at it, but have you thought of getting something that um might be better for you, or maybe even something you actually want? I'm just curious. Um, what do you think?
Can you repeat that? I can barely hear you.
Oh, testing 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. I'll I'll edit this in post. Um, Speaking of jobs, have you ever thought of getting something like a new job in the near future? I know you're working at King's, right now at the restaurant for a very long time, almost a decade. But have you ever thought of getting a new job in the near future? Just have something new and maybe something that you actually want without working third shift or s- just a better schedule than the one you have right now.
Hmm. I'm thinking about it, but right now, I'm happy with the job that I have, and if if there's something that comes up my way, and it it can help me get more of what I want,
Okay.
then maybe I'll consider it. But until then, I'm sticking with Canes.
All right. Um, what else do you like other than game shows and music?
I like drawing. I draw a lot, and if you see on my Facebook page and my Twitter pages, you see some of my artwork there.
Yep. What about art? What about other than art? Is there anything else you like other than art and the other two?
What am I better with?
No, is there anything? Is there anything else that you like other than art, music, and game shows? Those
I
three.
watch Netflix sometimes. Netflix. Oh, I I hang out with friends online and stuff like that. You know,
All
just
right.
to say hi.
What about sports?
I like football, basketball, baseball.
Okay.
I got a lot of teams.
Yep. What other projects do you have coming up in the near future?
Mm, as soon as I get all the equipment that I need for the podcast, I'll let you know. You'll be one of the first to know.
And did you already order it? Did you already order it?
Not yet. I'm working on that.
Okay. Well, hopefully you will get that equipment so that way you can get back to know swing of things. But just make sure that you work around your schedule. The best you can for that one. So
Mm. Hey, thank you for having me. Of course. Thank you for
yep,
having me, David.
you're welcome. And is there anything else you want to promote before we sign off here? You have anything else you want to promote?
Hey, don't forget to watch Card Sharks with Jason Decanio, everybody, right here on the David 3000 Network. You'll hear my voice a lot often.
Indeed, and let me actually see when that is going to be premiering when I'm on here. Let me check my schedule. Oh, that's not the one. That's not the one. Um, right here. I think this is it. We are currently filming season 2 of Car Sharks as we speak, and I believe we are going to be airing Car Sharks season 2 from April 8th. I think that is going to be in 2 months from now.
Hmm.
So April 8th will be the season 2 premiere of Car Sharks. So stay tuned for that here on the 1000 Network. Um, and of course, Press Select will also be the season 5 coming this summer. So stay tuned for that. Um, and of course, we'll have those update videos, announcement videos before the summer starts. And so that is going to be it for this one. And thank you for doing this. Thank
Hey,
you, everybody.
keep on watching the David 3000 Network. It is awesome.
Yes, indeed. Before we sign off, we would like to do a bell salute for the unfortunate news that happened yesterday, and that is Stacey Wingfield, the wife of Red Sox legend Tim Wingfield, passed away to the cancer that she was battling the same time as her husband Tim Wingfield was diagnosed from him passing away back in October. We will do a bell salute here and send our prayers to the Wakefield and Red Sox family. Wakefield strong.